Welcome back, guys. This is 2nd of July, and another good day in our trading life. So let's see what price has done. Start with AUD card. Uh, let's see the forward time frame. So the forward time frame during the agent session, I priced a bit uh reluctant here. No, no. Oh, yesterday was Wednesday, right? No, actually, it doesn't move. I was thinking yesterday was Tuesday was second. Well, I was thinking yesterday was Wednesday, but it was this point here. Okay, but now I can see clear. Um, this price um is very much bullish still. Okay, and price has to come back here. That's the main goal. That's the only goal we have. Okay. Mm, and then we can continue with our analysis. Okay. I remember what I told you yesterday that the hardest part has already been done. Okay. So now that's left is just waiting for price to enter our zone. Okay. Mm, mm. So we just have to wait now. And then we can see the goodness of the market. But I'm feeling, I believe we'll get, we'll catch a trade. We'll have a nice entry on Friday or next week, Monday. Yeah, in any of these pairs, okay, especially NZD card and AUD card, you might get an entry, a very nice entry. That's why now I'm fine with what the price is doing because I know we've covered the hard part, okay, which is price retesting this level, okay. That's the hardest part of all, because without that, whether it's a very good analysis, you go nowhere, okay, because that's what you're waiting for, right? Mm. So as of now, I like what we have. Yeah, it's decent, it's fine. I also like the last 4 hour close. Mm, this can mean that price can this enough. Let me just try to zoom in. The only problem is I can't add this one on my favorites. Let me see. Um, it being off, but you can see there's a very weak rejection. Uh, so very strong weak rejection compared to this one. And so this uh it it gives me hope that price will buy. Yeah. Okay. But what I should just expect during the day is price buying more. That's the main goal, okay? That's the main important goal. Even if this one closes bearish or a slight bullish candle, anything at once. Our goal is just what? Make sure that buy takes place. Okay? And we don't force it, but it's just what we expect for today, okay? And if that doesn't happen, we'll do nothing also. Okay? Then uh what's next now? Um, did this price make any lower though? I'll tell you something. So you can see the normal price came back to the So if you can clearly see here, I told you about my strategy working in any time frame. Okay. So take for instance, in this level, this is the lower high, high low. This is the high low when price shifted. You see, it was our high high. But when price made the high high, this was our high low. And this became the point where price can test in order to buy more. This point, right? And what have you seen that's happening here? Price has come back at this level. See, this time didn't give an entry. I think okay, no, no, no. This isn't an entry. But this time it's back at this level, and you can see there's a bullish momentum. So that's what I was saying, that there's chance that price can uh there's a chance that price can make a what's this? A, a bearish close and then an engulfing. Once we get that engulfing, price will continue buying all the way up to here. But the mistake we will make is if you're considering the daily and say, oh, I expect price to continue buying and the daily is bearish, that's a very risky move because price is likely to change here. Okay. Because obviously, when you enter your buy here, put your stop right below around this level, right? Around this level. You've gotten your 1 to 3 years in. So you need to come out and let the the hard direction do its thing now, you see? So in any time frame, this strategy will work. Okay? Okay. Okay? Mm. Uh this is NZD NZD Kyle. Yeah. This one is promising, right? Currently promising. Can see price already at the touch on the retest. You can see the previous candle. Mm, at the bearish, almost bearish close. Just that price decided not to. Maybe let's just see the price. So here, price has to come back here, at this level. That's the main goal. Then you can see something sweet like this. Then you can now take advantage of the sell, right? Might not be this pattern, but it might be a shift. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? Because this can be this level and this can be a shift. Okay? Yeah, so don't really bother yourself panicking. Just know that price will come back here either this week or next week. We'll catch our trade. Okay? I just know when we catch our trade, we'll make the most out of it. Okay? That's just how these markets reward patience. Okay? You'll make the most when you're patient with them. So in this case, we wait for this one, like we said, and we have USD. USD yesterday had a very bad close. Mhm. Uh, can be honest about that. The daily was very bad close. And this was well, we're supposed to break this and at least project us somewhere here. But that didn't happen. So this increased the waiting process, you see. So we'll see how the day closes today. If we get a bullish candle that breaks above this level, or price does this. Okay. So uh that's what we'll do. The newest DCHF so price didn't close a bit nice, but uh at least I like this rejection at the end. So we can hope for price to engulf today. Then we'll be better off, right? Yeah. So these pairs, you can clearly see that most of them they are still on the course of their retest. And we're just lucky that this one and this other one are the ones that might give us the final blow we need that we've been waiting uh for more than a month now. Okay. How many months? Let me see. The last trade we took was in May 22nd, right? One, two, three, four, five. So a month and a week if we're counting trading days, okay? Yeah. So if tomorrow ends without a trade, We have a month and 2 weeks no trade. Yeah. Mm, which is fine for me. And I can guarantee you through this whole break, people have made money, people have traded, people have done all sorts of things with the market. Okay? But just because people have done all those things, it doesn't mean I also have to do them. Okay? Yeah, that's not how the market works. Uh, but some people try to do that because everyone is trading. They think the market holds them a trade. But if you look at it, you think about it, um, you think about it, what can you do in this situation? Mhm. What can you do in this situation? This one, I think this one is this trade just doesn't want us to participate in it. You see, and I really had hoped that we reach here, but prices started changing. Okay, I was convinced, especially when we were at this level here, but then price decided not to do that, and so now, and this is Thursday, so unless if this candlestick changes and closes around this level, then it'll be better. But now it's a bit in a waiting zone because I don't know if price wants to break at this level, come back at this level, or price wants to break and continue selling. You see? I'm not sure. So still on waiting. It might go on pending soon, depending on how the daily will close on Friday. US JPY. This is the only pair that I don't understand why it didn't have a retest. Okay. Because most of the time, when this pair is overtaken by the US dollar currency, the JPY, it always tries to balance itself, you see? Like here you can see it tries to balance, tries to balance, tries to balance. Uh, you can see at this point, try to balance back to 152, you see? So that's how I've known this pair as a pair that balances itself. You look at it, price balance itself. So I wasn't expecting price to just keep on buying recklessly. Uh, especially in this mode. Okay. Look in the forward time frame and see. So you can see in the forward time frame, even in the forward time frame, price has just been buying, breaks above this level, comes back here, nothing. Breaks above this level, comes back, nothing. Breaks above this level with this, no engulfing, nothing. So price tries to try to trick you here. The price finally breaks above. You can see this level, and when price breaks above, price continues buying. Now price is retesting. Yeah. So now I don't know what its vision is. Stop here or turns to steering. Ah, so okay. Hello. Then we have a USD card. I was also expecting a sale, a very nice retest. But we'll see how today will close. Uh, but this is the daily. Uh, you can see on the daily time, on the 4 hour daily time frame. That was the weekly I was pointing at. You can see on the daily time frame that price is actually fighting to retest here, you see? But it's just the USD currency. It's having too much power now. Okay? And there's nothing really you can do about it. That's like you have a you have a car and it's on full tank, and they tell you the only way you can empty this tank is if you drive. You won't drain the car or remove any fuel. You can only drain it when you drive. That's the only way. So just watch the driver until it is on empty or it is on E. That's when you can now do something. So that's the same thing here. Okay. Uh Price has been very much bullish in the US dollar. So you can just have to wait. Uh Here you can wait for price to come back here also. Uh, that's the only solution to sell. This one, I don't have what to tell you guys. Okay. But I'll find time within one of these. I think maybe just today. Maybe at 12, the 12 session, we can dedicate maybe half of the session on GPP. So we just understand what's going on in this pair, okay? Yeah. Because we are always knowing the direction, but price is not letting us participate in it. This one, price failed to test, so it's made a new high. But there's no G level for me now here. Yeah, and no weekly level for me to buy in the monthly time frame. Or weekly time frame. So what I need is price to come back here, and then now buy. AUDNZD. Yeah, this is how I wanted the weekly to close. Yeah. Uh, don't worry about the weekly time frame. Don't worry. In the daily time frame, price will come back and give us an entry. Okay. So especially that no level is bearish. Hmm. The floor hasn't yet retested, and given that uh entry we need. So price can still come back here. Yeah. Where's DCHF? I am expecting price to give a daily high. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, needed to make a new high. So that's it. I'll meet you guys at 12 p.m. Okay. Yeah, I said we'll do Euro GBP, right? Yeah. Mhm. Okay. So let's fight with this pair. Let's try to understand what's really going on here, okay? Okay. Now I'm ready. Uh, Sorry, I've delayed for 4 minutes, but that's fine. Okay. So what we're just trying to understand here is how is this price really moving? What does it want to do next? Okay. What does this price want? What does this price really want to say about the more movement? Okay. That's all we're trying to understand. Okay. So How do you go about this? If you look at the weekly, uh, you can see that this is the lower high, and this is the lower low. You see, this is the weekly time frame. And by the way, if I can remove this here, this is what we had last week Friday. This was our lower low. This was our lower high. You see? So here, I remember telling you guys that this pair is really clean in the daily time frame, but the only reason I'll let it pass is how it's looking on the 4 hour and daily. Okay. But this trade here, yes, what it has done, the same push you've seen, which is a direct drop. This is what price was supposed to do. And this is what I was expecting the moment I saw price at this point here. Okay. And I knew that would happen. But the only bad thing was, and the daily time frame also, uh, it was okay, but it wasn't clean. So my whole plan was, I knew since this at the weak rejection, uh, I was planning if price can try to break above this level, and if let's say at this point here, uh, this level here, if price was to break at this point, then I would let this price uh go uh on what I would let this price buy for a bit, and then I would wait for a better price reaction here. That's why I skipped this trade, okay, on a Friday. I remember. Uh, I'm coming, yes. Uh, so what I have next is now uh telling you where I am right now is so hot. You bury yourself. You fried chicken. Just joking. It's very hot. So, this is what I was planning. The price can break above and make some sense with this kind of pullback, okay? Uh, because I was not going to risk uh to sell price at this point here. You see? Here. So, if you see this break, uh, yeah, this is what I was planning to see, at least on a Monday or maybe something like this. Yeah. Okay. But what happened was price did something dramatic. You can see how the Monday opened, price uh instantly at this engulfing, you see. So now when price has this engulfing, I'm confused on a Monday, you see. I think on a Monday I don't tell you guys. I think did I really show you? I don't think I really showed you uh that price had retested this level. Yeah. So then okay, yeah, so uh if I cancel this now, we see what's happening today. Okay. This is now lower this point. So this is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, how can you even enter this, you see? So I think the reason why price never ended up giving us what we wanted was this engulfing destroyed everything. Okay. First of all, the first thing that destroyed everything is this push up. You would even question why it happened. This wasn't supposed to happen in the first place. Okay. Yes, we don't predict what will happen next, but when this happened here, it killed it killed the whole move. See? So, uh, in this case, what we what now let me show you, I think on the forward time frame. This is the higher low, higher high. You see? So if you look at this clearly, the whole plan was, I think I remember telling you on Friday, no, on Thursday, yeah. Like for this market, I just need price to buy back at this point and take out this high. And I remember telling you this high will be taken out because such trades usually do that. And then what happened was it took out abnormal. And once it took out abnormally, it destroyed the whole trade because now I was supposed to then expect price to make a new high and then shift. So all this was so irrelevant, this push here during the this same candlestick open, which is 5 a.m. and the London session, the New York session, the New York open and the 5 a.m. candle. All this was not supposed to happen. Okay. But then it did happen and it destroyed this perfect trade. This would have been a very nice trade because this all move, this is what we wanted. You see? But now I avoided that trying to wait for price to rebalance. And then during the week, you can see again what price does is it doesn't even give you another chance. You see? Price yes shifts on the forward time frame and then retests, meaning this is now a lower high because this is what happens. Uh, this is our lower high. lower low. So I expect price to come back here and then sell, you see? But what happened is price breaks above. So this becomes my higher low and higher high, you see? So if that's what happens, um, this is what we now expect. Price to have a retest here and then we can sell. But even though that happened, price doesn't do anything. Let's see in the lower time frame first. Okay, so we can try to understand this in all angles. So if we say this was the 2 hour time frame and this is the shift we're waiting for, still look at the same thing. Price breaks above, retest fails to give you the entry. It takes out the 4 hour lower high. You see, so once it takes out the 4 hour lower high, you've changed. This is your higher low and this is your higher high. Then price breaks below. So meaning you now need price to retest this level so you can sell more. But what happens? Price doesn't even retest, not even the lower time frame. Now, if you put in the 1 hour time frame again, you can see for the 1 hour time frame, the shift happened here. And let's see if at all something sensible played out. Okay. So you can see this is my lower high and this is my lower low. So when price retests, ends up breaking the lower high and becomes bullish. So this time it's bullish, but it makes a lower low here. See, at this point here during Monday 7 a.m. candle, which is which is what's this? Uh, this is this is the this is the it has four, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. Price opens at 5, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So when the last 2 hour candle begins, the last 2 hour candle at 7 here, that's when price breaks here and then breaks again and retests at 10 New York session, you see. Then at 11 a.m. New York session, that's when it gives us the entry. Okay, at this point, at this level, and then you can put your stop at this point here because this is the your lower higher low, and then we take profit here. See, and then price plays out. You can see plays out very well. It even takes out the level, gives you another extra 1 to 4, almost the 1 to 5 there. But if you look at this and switch to 4 hour time frame. This the forward time frame hasn't shown you direction yet. You see? So even when you're entering this trade, you're entering before price breaks below this level. You see? So this becomes risky. Unless if the 4 hour went bearish, then you scale down to the 1 hour and catch this trade. Yes, then you might just have wanted to be a bit earlier. That's very much allowed. Okay, and I used to do that, but it's just that when all these align, it's one and the same thing. Okay, so this would have happened, but now imagine I'm entering a trade at this point here where I don't even know if the 4 hour will break below, and I enter my sell here. Okay, yes, the daily is weekly is bearish at this point, uh, and the Monday closed with a very nice. The very nice. In fact, I'm entering at the Monday candle. Yeah, I'm entering at the Monday candlestick where price hasn't even yet engulfed. I'm entering at this level here. Yeah, I think so. Let's see. It's the Monday. Yeah, I'm entering based on the Monday candlestick. And the Monday candlestick closes at this point here. So the daily hasn't even yet engulfed. That's just to start here. This hasn't yet happened, okay? So it respected the one now and regarded all the higher time frames, disregarded them for a reason I don't know. But if you look at all this, you can see the price has already left us, and the only way we can now join these sales is if price is generous enough to come back here. Okay. But with the way this price moves, this is very much possible. And you can see I've been trying to catch this sale for the longest because I knew once we catch the sale, the fall will be very much massive. But we just couldn't get the last touch, you know. The fall couldn't shift. You see, at this point, shifted, tested, nothing, and then price decided to go the other way. Okay. So, but let's see what the monthly has to say. Look at this. The monthly just opened. Price is already here. Price has already moved. Uh, 61 pips. 4 bars of an average monthly candle, which can be a 124 days. Just here. Okay. That's how much volume this pair has. Okay. And by the look of things, I think this price wants to test this level here. Okay. Because this is where the shift happened from. Uh, in fact, it will even reach this point here because this is the zone that led to this break here. So this is why price is selling massively. Mm. So in the daily time frame, in the weekly time frame, uh, price has already broken the first line. But if you clearly look at this, the only way still I can sell is if price comes back here. That's the only way. Here. Don't know, I just keep moving. That's all. Same with the daily time frame. Mm, it's this point here. That's all. So, my only analysis for you guys is this point here as my selling point. Okay? Because I have no any other daily level where I can master. Let's see, one, two, three. Um, yeah. Let's see if I could do something. Hmm, let's see. We have one, two, three, four. Okay, this point looks a bit promising. For time frame, looks a bit promising. Yeah, but you know the fun part about the market, we can even put this one as our first point of sale. But if price is not just willing to sell here, we will see won't even get the logical entry, and price will come back at this point and will sell. Okay, that's one thing I like about the market. So even if we can put this label, if price just doesn't respect this level, price won't even come back all this far. Okay. So I've spent at least half of this session on this pair because we wanted to understand what's really going on. Now, I think now we can go back to our pairs and see where we stand. Nice. This is what I like to see. You can see, mm, you can see that price made a very strong rejection here. What? Price made a strong rejection there, which is very much healthy on the daily time frame. Given that the previous daily candle had a very strong bearish close, though it didn't engulf or didn't show any weakness of having a weak close below this open. So this is very much fine. Uh, then this is what we have in uh the what in the 4 hour time frame. Remember, I told you the reason why price wants to test this because this is what led to the break. You see, so if you see if this was an entry to you, right? If this was an entry to you, let me just do this for just for a second. Okay, if this was an entry to you, right? And your target is here. Let's just say your target is here, right? So if this was the weekly time frame or the daily time frame, right? Or the 4 hour time frame. When price breaks above this, you see it's bullish. What do you wait for? Price to retest at this level. Why? Because it's what led to what? It's what led to a new high after breaking this high. You see? This is the resistance price had to go through. So it needs to come and test it as support. When price comes back here, you can see that when the first thing it does is it gives this candlestick, not an entry. It gives this triple tap here. Sometimes I used to use it as an entry, but now I caution myself because even if I entered here, my stop loss to be below here. Okay, yeah, because this is also an entry point. My stop loss to be below here. This is how long my entry that way. Okay, yeah. So but now what does price do? Price comes back one more time here, and what does it do? It gives a pin bar. So now we can enter it by this level. And if you want to put your stop uh right below this level, let's see if it call it work. What do you call that? Correlates. I think let me see. Where pairs are in line with each other. Uh, uh, I think search it up. How is it using Bing? Okay, I think now it's back to normal. Mm, yeah, correlation. Correlation in pairs is when they move together. So what I was trying to say is, let's try to check if the 1 hour will also what correlate with the 4 time frame. So you can also label it as correlation because they'll move together. Yeah. So in this case, you can see that even the 1 hour, it's moving together. How? Because if price takes out this lot, then the 1 hour will go at bearish. Because now it's bullish. You can see price has taken out this higher, lower high and then lower low. So this is a valid entry. Uh, yeah. So this means what now? In my case, this means that now we can be we are we have an edge in the selling of this trade because now we know that price is likely to retest soon because of this pin bar formation we have seen. Okay, here, this pin bar formation. So just wait on this and see how price delivers. Okay, uh, in most instant cases, price might even come back here, then just like that, then does this. That's why you always hear me say, I when I draw these lines, I don't expect price to move in the same directly because we're here now. I was telling you, I expect price to do this, right? Yeah, this is what I was expecting. But what did price do? Price made a long push, retest. Now it's at this point. You see, we're different with what I was expecting, which is lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. You see, lower lows, lower highs. But the good part is what the goal is still the same thing. I want it. I want this price to reach here. You see? Yeah. So price has made the higher high and a higher low. It doesn't just make the new higher high. So this is still fine. Okay. So the key point is that when price will be here, uh, at this point, I'll be bullish and I'll be waiting for price to shift and then I can uh see how I can enter myself there. You see? But I like that push. Influenced by the 1 hour and 4 hour time frame. Yeah. Next thing is NZD card. Okay. Price has also delivered here. Uh, what is this? This is the only thing that I don't like where you have two OG levels that are close to each other in this case. Okay. But how we play it in this case is we just wait for price to respect this level and you see. But it's very much clear that price has to respect this zone before it sells, if that has to be a genuine sell. Okay? And whatever happens in between, uh, as is not of any use to me at all. Okay? And as you can see, price is making another high. Okay? Uh, uh, so now what's left is a daily close bearish, right? In this zone. That's the first important thing. Okay. Then we'll see if we can consider this hidden OG level here. Oh, this is too big actually. Should I be this big? Should be only this that big. Ah, should be only this big. One, two, three, four. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, even if the daily count closes at this level, you see, and then we have a daily that breaks at this point, yes, we can make use of this. We can consider this as a 4 hour shift, and we can enter this position because it's yes, it's a bit far from my entry, but you can also see as this being the first OG level. You see, since the retest, so it's still considered, but the most important thing is the daily closing in this zone. That's the most important thing first of all. Yeah, that's what we want. A daily closing within this level. Uh, what can I say? It's nothing. Euro USD. Uh, you see, like I was telling you, price had to respect this level also. You see, and gave this engulfing. Now you see why price is buying. Okay. So this strategy, it always works. I told you. It looks as though market has left you, but once you just see this is the entry level and price hasn't respected it, price will come back guaranteed. You see? And what does price do? Price breaks, makes a new what makes a new, by the way, this is still bearish, but just let's just say in the case of this was bullish, because this is the structure we're having, and price comes back here, and then it gives an engulfing, and we now see price fighting up there. You see? So now our next step, we're just going to be moving step by step. If we can get the daily away from this danger zone, with this 4 hour candle, I expect this next 4 hour candle to have a buy that takes out even this three candle levels, so that at least if we open New York session, uh, price should find us above this level. If New York session opens and we're above this level, it will be very easy for the 9 a.m. session to reach this zone. Very easy. Yeah. And the 13 session, uh, 13-hour candle open, which is the last 4 hour to have that. So first, the first step we want is this 5 a.m. candle to have a close above this level. Okay, that's the first step. Uh, Next step is USD You see what I was telling you? Just be patient, guys. That's the only key. It started with this very nice uh candlestick, which I was telling you. I don't, since price has failed to engulf, there is a high chance that this 1 a.m. candlestick, which we had, will lead to the break below this level. Okay, and then this, no, I think let me use the London session. Confuse myself here. Okay, this is where we woke up from. Uh, this is London here around 18. Um, I think this candle is where I woke up from. Hmm? Yeah, I woke up from this candle here. When this just closed and this one open. So I was telling you, I hope now for price to what? To give us a what? An engulfing. Okay? Yeah. And no, I think I woke up from this pair. This open here. Yeah. Because this is our second meeting, right? Yeah. Then I woke up to this candle when this had happened. So I was saying, okay, now that we have a few, so I expect price to what? To have a break below, or price to have a very small step of at least closing below this level. This was the first thing we had in our mind. I wasn't expecting this break. Instantly with the first half New York, say half Asian, half London open for our candlestick. And then price opened, and then it just flew, and now it closed at this level. You see? So what does this mean? The daily time frame. If we continue with this push today, we can find ourselves at this daily or at our retest level here by today. You know, very important. And then you can take it from there. When price comes back here, the same procedure before time frame. We enter, we target this higher high. Okay. And this was supposed to happen in Euro USD also. But it's just that it happened at the lower pace in terms of range. But this was supposed to happen. Next is AUDJPY. Wow. So this is what I like. Mm, when price fails to test, it goes the other way completely. Okay. So in this case, you can see, price made a retest trying to reach this point, you see, but that was impossible by the look of things. So, and this is Thursday, right? So if today price can close below this level, fine. We'll just draw our OG level from this point, to this level here. Okay? Knowing with our interest that okay, price has already made the new lower low on the daily time frame. You see, when this happens, meaning if price comes back here, the daily will be bullish, you see, and this setup will be destroyed. So the only way I can sell is if price will test here and gives me an entry, and our exit will be this level here. In this case, this level here. Yeah. Okay. So I'll be keeping a very closer eye to this trade today just to sell the daily closes either today or tomorrow. Okay. And this kind of close is very dangerous. This kind of can pattern, it means price is willing to sell at a pullback cost. That's all. Okay. If you see it in a buy, means price is willing to buy. Don't know. Let me see if there is one. Can't find, but I'll show you when I see one. Okay. So that's the beauty of this. You see what I was telling you? USD JPY has to correct at this point because it only makes sense because this is what this pair likes doing. It's very crafty. It can't just give you a very smooth entry at all. It has to leave you in question. So now imagine if you bought after seeing this kind of successful push on the daily time frame. You see a new low, higher low, a new higher high, and you buy a moment price comes back here. Okay. Oh, you bought the moment price broke above this level here, this candlestick. And now imagine you have a four candlestick next, dropping like this. Yeah. Let me show you in the 1 hour time frame because it must be clear that you see, you enter at this break here, and now all of a sudden you find yourself in this. You see? So that's why I didn't participate in this play. I was telling you, think earlier to is it today in the morning or yesterday? I was saying that this pair has a very sharp tendency of whenever it overbuys, it recorrects. You see, it recorrects most of the time. And I learned this because I once lost a trade in this same pair. So you see what happens. So if the daily, so this price, the way it is from now, if it once again close with the wick above this level here and fool you in thinking price will continue buying, and then the next day, price now retest to this level. Okay. So when price retest to this level, and this is our new high, we'll apply the same theory we applied here. Okay. So that's the same thing. Since price is already bearish at this point in the daily time frame, when price comes back here, we just wait for another shift, then hope this time they'll give us a retest, not the way they left us hanging that time. Okay, so that's the sneaky way of this pair USD JPY. Okay, you have to be whenever you just see it at the all-time high, don't do anything. Trust me. The Bank of Japanese like this tendency of offloading yen in their current in the market to just stabilize their economy. USD card, you see USD card is still normal. That's how you should know this is always planned. Okay? Because these two usually move the same direction. These two. NZD USD price is fighting. I like this. Can maybe hope for a next week retest. Can put it there. This one, we need more. We need to see more. GP card. What a lovely entry would have had if price would have just chosen to retest peacefully. But it still stands. My entry can only be at this point. That's all. Here. Okay. But if the weekly closes above this level, then we should consider this point here as our next entry point. Okay, whether we like it or not. So we have to pray the weekly time frame breaks below this level this week. Otherwise, we'll be looking for buys at that other level. Okay, which is clean on the daily time frame. You can see also price will come back here uh, at this level. Then I think this has led to GBP USD to buy. Let's see. You see? Yeah. So this trade we were analyzing yesterday. It's almost even hitting our take profit. Like I told you, the moment you just see, all that matters is just once that daily shift, you see. And in this case, this was a big trade setup where I told you for this one, when the moment the price shift, you don't need to wait for the holding thing. You just drop down to the 4 hour time frame and catch for your sale. You see, it's different when it's different now. Okay. Let's say now if you wanted to catch a buy and you would wait there, let's say you're waiting for price to come back here. That's when you wait for holding, you see? Because the weekly and the daily are in line. But when the daily is not in line with the weekly time frame, once you see the shift, simply fall to the 4 hour time frame, you see, and you enter based off what you entered here, this point here. Let's see if there was something sensible in the 1 hour. Yeah, even in the 1 hour made sense. There was that shift. Okay. And the 1 hour had to, you see why I always tell you, even in the moment you see that shift, that cause of effect, that small shift, you see it right there in the 1 hour time frame, price has to come back and retest this level that led to the shift at this point. This is what it did. It tested one, twice, and then you put your stop at this hello, and you see it also gave you another engulfing here. If you believe in the 1 hour time frame, you see, when you enter the same thing, bro. Just that on the 4 hour time frame, you enter there and throw a phone, and this happens in the lower time frame. The same thing that happened in the higher time frame, you see. So that's the whole point, you see. And now GBP card is also following the same thing, and I just saw this. And I told you, okay, I think since this has happened, price has also bought in GBP USD. But for AUD or USD, there is a struggle here we can see. So we'll see how that leads us in the next week. uh, so that's it for now, and I'll see you at 4 p.m. Okay? Thank you for watching. Uh, Welcome back, guys. So, uh, no, I didn't know that there was news. Not until I was told that okay, we are actually had news. So it changed the whole direction of my Euro pair. And you see, where we're hoping for retest to happen. Uh, price is now at a very nice level. That's right. See, because now we're at a very nice level. And this is New York Open. So there's a very high chance the price will continue uh buying until it test this level. Okay, because of this 4 hour break. Okay, this 4 hour break indicates that power there is power in the map in this pair. And remember, I told you that after, so long as price we tested this level, okay, and it gave this retest and broke above and gave this engulfing. Now showing you, you can have an entry here, right here, and you can see what price did. You see? Even though this is a very wrong direction, but you can see how price respected the strategy. You see? So uh, it's a very good way to go. Okay. Ah, so this is where now we stand. Because I was thinking today is the only day that we decide if I'll get a retest in Euro USD or not. Because if this daily was to break below here, I just realized this now. If this daily had any chance of breaking below here, my trade of buying here, selling here, would have been ruined instantly. Okay? But today's break has saved us. Because now, all we need is to wait for the day. The day to retest at that level. Okay? Once the day to retest at that level, uh, uh, you will see that uh, the pressure of us worrying about price selling. Because here my only concern was, what if price breaks below here? You see, that was my only concern. Okay. Uh, but what happened? Price didn't do that, and the only reason why I had this concern was because of the daily break. Okay. And my only point where I was hoping I had faith price would save me was at this same level here in the 4 hour time frame. Okay. So if it wasn't for that to happen, price would have easily broken below and we would have lost this opportunity. Okay. But now, since the 4 hours opened at this level, and tomorrow is a bank holiday, so meaning we only have a proper move, which is today. Even if price closes at this point, that would be fine for as long as it closes bullish. But I'm very confident we can have another extra push. Why? Because of this 4 hour strong break. Okay? Because now what price may do, is just give you a quick pullback and continue with the bullish momentum. Okay? That's all we are hoping for. We are expecting so. Mhm. So this is what price may do. Okay? Or if it wants, it might retest this level. And then the last 4 hour candle makes the close at this point. Anything can happen. Okay? But just know that where we've closed, we are safe. Okay? We are safe. Now, the next thing is USDCHF. Wow. Price almost even closed bearish in the OG level here. The one I'm looking at things, since tomorrow is a bank holiday, I might trade these same 4 pairs next week. Because what they have just done is they are all just going to my entry point. Okay. So this is daily time frame. As you can see, this is where we are. So if the daily can close at this range, okay, or at this level here, what do we expect on Friday? Price will just be lingering around this level. You see? Then come Monday, we can have a way out. Okay? And the good part of Euro USD and USD CHF is if I sell here, uh, my exit is at this level only. Okay? If I sell here, this can be my exit. If I buy here, here, and I stop at this level maybe, my exit is this level only. Okay? So you see the goodness of these trades. Hmm? So let's just wait and see how price moves. Okay? When everything is set, we will enjoy these markets. Uh, so right now, the very strong close, this kind of candlestick indecision candlestick, it guarantees you that price will continue selling, especially since this is a New York session. This such kind of close, unless if it was at the technology level, you'd expect price to change. But with this way, price will continue buying and telling selling. Okay, I've seen this multiple times. It's this what happened here is same as this level. Price is dropping, but because it's an decision candle, but it's bearish. What happens? Price sells. Price is dropping, and price closes at an decision candle. What happened? Price sells. So even here to sell. Okay. Uh, Next is NZD card, right? Price finally has closed at my OG level before our time frame. Okay. And this is the this is the retest. You can see. So we'll see how the daily close. That's the only thing. But by the look of this thing, I think you can tell that daily will close in this zone because of how the 4 hour is looking. Uh, this isn't a really, this isn't a spot where we would get a shift yet because why? The daily, remember, has to close with a full daily closure at this point here. Okay? Yeah. So if this doesn't close with a full daily close, not this rejection, just because price has tapped into my level and price should close with a full daily body at this point. Okay? If this doesn't happen, trust me, all this push is just price trying to play with you. You'll find price buying again in this level until it gets that full close. Okay? That's just how the the markets move. This has to be a full closure of price at this point, from this point here going up. If it doesn't do that, you'll see, trust me, if this candle just doesn't close at this point here with the full body close, you expect tomorrow price to buy again. Expect it. Okay? So that's how the market moves. It's tricky, but it's just how it moves. The next thing is AUD card. Mm, what happened? Basically, uh, price is just, you see what I told you yesterday? Don't mind this bearish close. Price will still come back here. Okay? Why? Because of the 4 hour time frame. Okay? So, as you can see, even the 4 hour almost took out this high high, making the first step of the high high. But that's fine. What does this mean? Price is price is likely to make a new retest here in a push, and then that push will make the break. Or price will make another higher high and another higher low and another higher high. Okay, and then we'll have that shift, and then we can sell. Yeah, and then so it's just a simple trick that you just have to know where you are and what price is likely to do next. Okay, then you see how you maneuver through the markets. Okay. Uh, so uh, we'll see if price closes above this level. That's the first thing I want to see now. Okay. Mm, gold. 1,000 ago with someone was telling me about gold. Don't know if this news just breaks above these candles, then price will buy, and price has bought. Wow, wow. What can we do next year? Oh, it's the one watching, I would say. Just go through APIs. So let's go through APIs. So what's that USD? In the 1 hour time frame, you can clearly see since price has broken above, you can wait for price to come back here. Okay? The moment price comes back here, the moment price comes back here, you can enter your buy. Okay? Mhm. It's just that I don't know what happens, but uh USD on forex.com, the time frames are a little bit different. If I put the other one on under, you'll see what happens. The 4 hour time frame already closed bullish, you see, and the shift has already happened in the 4 hour time frame. But with this one, no shift happened. You see, no shift has happened. But this one, we are having a clear shift in the 4 hour time frame here. You see, and price, we tested it and both now, and now price has broken above this level. Yeah. So you see, the analysis is almost the same thing with this other one. Let me try to put them all here. So we can kind of like compare these two. Yeah. Uh, so in this case, you can see if I put in a 4 hour time frame. Okay, wait. If I put in a 4 hour time frame, this one has already closed, okay? And for this one, the other session has already begun. Ready. Okay. Yeah, that's for this one. And the shift already occurred in the 4 hour time frame here. Clean at this point. You can see what really happened here. 4 hour high, 4 hour low, 4 hour high, 4 hour low, 4 hour high. So now price is above this 4 hour high, as you can see. So what happens when price is above this 4 hour high? We wait for price will test back at this 4 hour low, and then price to make a new high, right? Uh, that's what we expect, right? Okay. But if you look at the other one, the pair, you see the 4 is still buying, you see, and the retest I'm talking about will occur at this point, but the 4 hasn't yet closed. I need 24 minutes more, you see. So that's the only difference. Uh, the only difference is you what you are late by an hour. I don't think if you're ahead by an hour or late by an hour. Because this one the 4 hasn't yet closed. That one it has closed. No. I think you're late by an hour. Yeah, yeah. With Forex. And it's just on God. That's why there's this major difference. On other pairs, everything is the same. So here the analysis is quite simple. So that's why I was even failing to make this. So here, because of this, it showed that price hasn't yet been test shifted. So for me, when price closes above this level, this is when we have the perfect shift, and this is when we have the perfect retest, and then this is when we can buy the 4 hour time frame, okay, at this level here. Now, okay, but you can imagine that price already shifted at this level, and people already were benefiting from this shift. Okay. Uh, just the only thing that's there is the daily time frame is still bearish. That's the only that's the only bad part. And the weekly is bearish. Mm, but with the way price is looking, uh, the daily might break this high here, this lower high here. Yeah. But if the daily just had made a lower low and this was the shift, I would have bought this trade. Yeah. I just posted. Let me see the other side. Just suppose the daily is still bearish. That's why I'm doing participating. But there's a very high chance that it might shift, but it will shift at this level here. See? That's the only end game here. Yeah. Mm. But if the daily closes today with this candle, you can clearly see that this is a very nice double bottom, which would mean that price uh, is most likely to buy here. You see? Uh, so then the other pairs, ADJPY price hasn't yet broken below this level, so we can't yet consider uh, any move yet. Uh, so NZD-USD, this is very nice. You can see that price is strongly trying to retest. Okay. Uh, for this one, price is even almost tapping into my retest level. And this is a lower high. This is a low. This is a high low. This is just structure. This is a high low. Right? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, what's a high low? So, like I was telling you, this price has repeated what it did here. And then what will happen is to have this shift. And when the shift happens, price will then buy more again. Okay? But this time will be alert when this happens. Okay? It will also happen here. Yeah. Trust me, you see it will also happen here. Uh, and USD card. Mm, surprisingly, prices started retesting though. After 4 days, 3 days of nothing happening. Uh, so it was really a good idea to add it to next week because we are all seeing what price is trying to do. Uh, Euro GBP. uh, this one, I analyzed. We need price to come back here or there. GBP card. Uh, if the weekly closes above this level, which is um, by tomorrow, this is our next buying point. Okay. Yeah, but for now, I'm still observing, trying to see how the weekly will close. Uh, you see what I was telling you about AUD NZD? The price won't go anywhere. And the tomorrow there is a bank holiday for USD. You even see the price will likely close at this same entry position. Okay. Yeah, so uh uh we'll see how price moves. Okay. We'll see how price moves. Because what I want is to find it back at this level at least. Okay. Yeah, so if we are to have a shift, I'd love that. I would really love that. Because then there will be this. So, but let's see what happens. USCHF, the daily seems to be breaking at this point. Oof. I guess we just have to move with that thing. But I'll come back to this one when everything plays out. Possibly Friday when I'll make a decision. Euro card, the daily is bearish, so all this is just noise. Unless the daily shift, then I'll start looking for buys. GBP USD, our trade is running a total of 1 to 3.3. Yeah, and imagine, imagine if this wasn't the the point where price would have shifted and we caught this back, I would have been smiling now. But I avoided it because of what we saw here. This was our Friday close here, okay, at this point. And the weekly shifting was at this point here, okay. So I would not risk that. So I know see what it is. And AUD instead of price shifting, price started buying. So and I can't consider this a lower high, lower low. This is still a lower low. So for this one, price is at the edge of going bullish. If the daily for tomorrow closing, or today, if you just have a close above this level, there's a high chance the price will go bullish and we'll start looking for buys at this point. By expanding, but for AUD let me try to check on the other um, broker. Mm, let me see about this, guys. Can you see about this ones? And can you consider this as a shift? But if it is a shift, and the floor has a shift, and the floor has to come back here at this level. And then buy again at the most deadliest place in the market. Yeah, the floor is having the shift perfectly. And the weekly is bullish. Uh, and what they were to reject it almost when taking it out by such the daily, but I'm not sure of. Okay, daily. But this is still bearish. So I'll see you in the next session. Okay, and I hope we all uh enjoyed this one. Mm, and I'm sure you will enjoy the other one a bit more. See you guys. Take care. Have a very lovely uh last hour of the afternoon, I guess. That's all the market has closed. This is 10 p.m. Yeah. Um, this is where we are. Um, so you see what I was telling you about? Hmm? I was telling you about price from now on wants to break above. Okay. And you see what it did. Price almost broke above, but we tested and came back here. Okay. So what do we expect now? Price is trying to make a pivot, the price to buy higher, right? So from now here, you can expect price to make it higher. Okay? Hmm. Uh, so that's what you do. Wait for price to come back, test time. So, right? Hmm. Uh, next thing is, next thing is, NZD count. Uh, you can also see in NZD count price, kind of almost made the new high, but rejected. I mean, if you can see, the intention of all these rejections here is that price just wants to make a pivot so you can make a new high. That's what price wants to do. That's all. Okay? Yeah, so that once it makes a new high, you see you have a new high low, which is this one, which price is trying to form right now. Okay? So that's how tricky this market wants to be. But we also follow on within strict ways. Uh, the next is USD. Uh, like I was telling you, if price wants to retest and it wants to hit this point, then buy more. That's the only way. Okay, but nevertheless, this move is already secured. Okay, yeah. So because of this four open bearish, there's a high chance this might also close bearish. Okay, compared to these three, this one there's a chance price might close bullish. This one there's also a chance price might close bullish because of the previous candlesticks. But this one, price might close bearish because of this previous candlestick right here. Okay. Uh, so that's fine though. That's very fine. Remember, I told you as long as the daily time frame breaks above, stays above this level, we are fine. Okay. Because then we'll know the next daily time frame, next daily candle, we'll be able to feel this week here, this week here. Okay. Now, next thing is USDC itself. Alright, you can see it almost even tapped into the level. So for this one, I'm more convinced. I just want to see the daily closing at these same levels. Okay, here where price is, and maybe even back here. Then I'll know since tomorrow to be a holiday, this push can happen. Okay, yeah. Remember what I told you when you see some decision candle on price is dropping, price will still drop more. You can see what happened, price dropped more. And again, it has made them decision candle. So price will still drop more. Okay. Yeah. Unless price makes a strong bearish close, then the next candle is a bullish strong close. And then we can see and be ready for price to change. Okay. Next is DJPY. You can see price is finally breaking this level as we were discussing. So this one is very soon to be invalid, which cause price now makes sense. In a way, it has showed us I'm not coming back here. This is my new lower low. This is my new lower high. So if you want to join the sale, you can sell from this point. Okay. And then this is what happens. Okay. 34 time frame. And I will also see um, how the daily stays rejects this level. Okay. NZD USD. Uh, I like this push still. This is very healthy. USD JPY. This will happen today. And tomorrow I'll be going to restaurant to sell. Rusty card like this door. That's at least taken out all these candles. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a great sign that price can retest, but we'll confirm that by tomorrow for price sell now. My friend here is kind of having an injection to sell more. You can see. So my interest is when it comes back here. Yeah. GPP card. Um, just trying to see if the weekly closes above this level. Next thing I AUD, MCD. I want to see if the weekly closes like this. Okay. That's all. So we see if price will come back here for us. Yeah, this one, I want to see if price just closes like this. And then this one need the switch shift. This one, the buy already happened. I did USD. Price has rejected the break of this price here. IUD, GBP IUD price may shift bullish this week. Okay. So that's it for today. ZAR USD price may close very strong tomorrow and a bullish close today. But anyway, that's it. And my friend is still making lower lows and lower highs. So I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Have a very good night. God loves you.